There are days where I'm a pink, and there are days where I'm a blue. Hey guys, what is up? So if you're new to my channel or you just subscribed, you're probably like, what is this? So Niki and Gabi had a Snapchat show where I commented on all of the series, like every single episode, and now we're having a reunion. And I'm doing a Dunkin' Donuts giveaway, so all you have to do is just comment below, and then July 1st, I'm just going to scroll randomly on camera and choose 10 winners. It's gonna be a $10 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. I will send it to you. All you have to do is just comment below. Whoever wins, you will email me or direct message me at my Instagram direct message account, which I'll leave in the description. So the episode starts off with Gabi talking about how she had an early miscarriage.
Crap. Another negative test. I wish I knew what was going on with me right now. I don't know what's going on.
How many tests have you taken so far? Like 2, 3?
That was the second one this month.
The last couple of them have been negative.
It's really stressful because I want to be a mom. Colin and I have been dating for going on 6 years. I love him so much. He's my actual best friend. Unfortunately, last month I realized I had a chemical pregnancy and it was super upsetting because it didn't work out.
And we all know, like, later on throughout the episode, she argues with Niki about it, but Tiffany says that I felt bad for Gabi. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, not planned, everyone made me feel like I was inconveniencing their plans. Even though I was 27, living with my boyfriend and being a mother was always something I knew I wanted, but I thought I couldn't have due to my health. The way Niki spoke to her and ear-quoted chemical pregnancy broke my heart. I'm sure within this community you've been following, and as we all know, like later on, Niki like air quotes chemical pregnancy, something along those lines, and so Tiffany was just saying how she felt bad for Gabi about that. Oh no guys, so Crystal Lynn says, call me old, but I worry that Gabi wants a baby to dress up in cute outfits and take pictures. It is the biggest commitment you can make in life. Everything she's about will change. Your baby will pull out your hair extensions and puke on your fancy dresses. I feel like she's in love with the idea of being a mommy instead of the reality. If she really is ready, that's great, but life will not be the same for her. And I'm a proud mom, so believe me, I understand. Well, Niki and Gabi actually, they did a reaction to this and they've spoken about this, so take a listen.
When we were filming this show, I was starting my downward spiral with my mental health, and Niki can vouch for this. Like, I've always been the one that's always, you know, mentally had it a lot easier than Niki. Niki's always struggled growing up mentally, and I think my mental health was catching up with me in the beginning of production. Life changes, and I feel like maybe give it a few more years, and I think Colin and I will definitely be amazing parents.
I knew my sister wasn't okay, and we weren't okay. I am obviously supportive of Gabi.
Now everyone has their opinions, so I don't think Gabi wanted a baby just to play dress up, but it was nice to know that the reason why Niki was so defensive was because Gabi was going through a lot of mental struggles at the time. So then we hit Niki and Alex talking about LA, and I'm really gonna brush over that just because, you know, the whole entire series is about that, so we'll get into that in some other episode. And then we go back to Niki and Nate, and then Niki talks about, oh my goodness, I can't believe Gabi filmed her YouTube video in my house. People are making fun of my home. You know, they come over and there's this huge fight.
No, there's been multiple times where there's multiple times where you've involved your fans and vented online and made me look like this evil sister. Listen, I don't want to get into this. I already had a really bad morning. Like, I just don't want to talk about this right now. This is a creative meeting. I already added all your notes to the YouTube editor. Oh, and then I took a pregnancy test because I still haven't gotten my period, and it's negative. Wait, you thought you were pregnant? Well, I was. It was a chemical pregnancy. It didn't work.
What the hell does that mean?
It just like doesn't latch, like you form a child but doesn't survive, doesn't latch onto like your uterus wall. Like, it's technically an early miscarriage because I had positive pregnancy tests and then they started getting faint, and now they're all negative. Wait, would that be a weight lifted off or you wanted? I'm not trying like intentionally, but like obviously Colin and I aren't being safe for a reason. No, don't be scared of me. It's your life. Alex knew. I could tell Alex, but something in me was like, I can't tell Niki. You know why? Because we're financially reliant on each other, and that's up. Think about that, the weight, the pressure that carries. Say, like, I do want to get signed to a label, say I want to move to LA. I don't want to leave you with a child to venge and figure out what the hell to do. Oh my God, you're literally talking down to me. You don't have to worry about me. I literally can be so fine without you financially one day. I'm not always gonna need the Niki and Gabi channel. I can't do this conversation anymore. This is just toxic. Like, I'm just being honest. You're acting very toxic. You know what? You could end up being bigger and better one day, but I'm gonna have a family. I'll be happy. I never told you not to. I'll be happy. I never told you not to. I'm leaving. Go ahead, Gabi.
Natalie GB, Gabi has went through 2 miscarriages now. What Niki doesn't understand is that when a woman is pregnant, she is going through a lot. Gabi started feeling the love of a mother, and losing her babies is rough. I think Niki should apologize. There was people who actually were like, they were either with Niki or they were with Gabi, but at least people were respectful. Because then I saw another comment saying, you know, Gabi, she's so selfish. She just like brought her pregnancy into it while they were arguing. And where is that comment at? Astra Doodles. Honestly, Gabi is very selfish. She only thinks about her success, her future, her plans, etc. And Niki does what she wants to do, but always tiptoeing around Gabi, making sure that what she's doing won't affect Gabi. And when she tells Gabi this, Gabi always gets so defensive and rude and always tries to turn it on Niki and always tries to play the victim. So people either feel 2 ways about this. They really do feel with Gabi. I think everyone feels with Gabi for her miscarriage, but I think a lot of people also, they're like, you know, Gabi's just using that as an excuse. Afro says, did you notice how Gabi totally ignored Niki's issue with the video that fans were attacking her for? Instead, she made the whole situation about her not being pregnant, which she never even told Niki about, but somehow made her the bad one. So that was the end of episode 1, where people, you were either with Niki or you were with Gabi. But episode 2, people were really getting in on Niki. There was a lot of Niki is selfish. Like, you know, when she kept talking about LA, she wants to follow her dreams and go and all that jazz.
Now, I'm not gonna be younger, I'm not gonna be hotter, I'm not gonna be as relevant. Like, the time's a ticking. And I just wanna make something clear. Like, the career path I'm choosing, there's nothing stable about it. But like, you're like my stability. Like, would you, like, be long distance and visit me, and then I visit you, and then like one day we settle down somewhere together.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
Well, I think down the road I'm gonna have to probably be in LA.
Yeah, well then we can have that conversation.
Really?
Then. Yeah.
I've known Nate has always wanted to stay in Pennsylvania, so I didn't want to even bring this up. But he brought up that he's not going to leave me and he'd move to LA with me. Hearing him say this is a massive weight off my shoulders. This is a moment for sure.
So Nichoka, oh my gosh, I'm not going to say this name because I don't want to butcher it. I think I already butchered it, but she says, but Nate doesn't really confirm that he wants to move. He says that he's willing to talk about it. She goes on to say, I used to ship for them, but I honestly think that they are going different directions with what they want in life. Based on this show, just my opinion. Then again, we can't really know how they really think from on 6 minutes of an episode, which is facts. We don't know. But yeah, you kind of can see in this episode that you're like, are they going to be together forever? And currently we already know that they're looking to buy a house in Pennsylvania. If only this show was more current, but we know that they're looking for a house in Pennsylvania. So then we hit a scene where Gabi talks to Alex about Blood Queens. And, you know, I've already stated my opinions about Blood Queens. And here's what someone else has to say. Band Trash has to say. If Gabi really wants Blood Queens to be good, she better hire good actors, not her best friends. Mira says they should just get Scream Queens back, not a dollar store version ripoff. Here's what I would say. We like what we like, right? Now, what's so crazy is that towards the end of this episode, the sisters decide that they're going to take a break from the Niki and Gabi channel. And a lot of people thought the only reason why they took a break was because of Gabi's scandal. And come to find out, they were already talking about taking a break prior. Now, do I think the reason why the break lasted longer than 2 weeks? Because even when they were reviewing the Snapchat series, you know, this is what they had to say.
So originally in October when we discussed taking a break, the break was not going to be 5 months. It was probably gonna be 2 weeks, which looking back, like we needed way more than 2 weeks off. It was gonna be for like 2 weeks, and like I was gonna travel to LA and Gabi was just gonna like vlog or like go on a vacation. I don't know, like we needed We needed such a long break.
Piper Jones says, I definitely think they should build up all their separate projects and work on them and then start phasing out the channel. I feel like as long as they are comfortable and want to continue working on the channel, why the heck not? Maxine says, aren't they going to lose viewers if the Niki and Gabi channel will be gone? I don't know. I feel like some people will probably unsubscribe, but I feel like even if they were to leave it today, I'd probably just stay subscribed just to watch the old videos if I get bored and want to watch something at like 2 in the morning, you know? So we hit episode 3. So many people. And so I'm going to combine episode 3 and 4 because the whole moral of this episode is really about the throuple. And so... so many people did not like this episode. And I almost wondered how many people sent Rachel mean comments through Instagram, Twitter, whatever you can get access to her, because I was like, wow, so many people did not like Rachel.
Guys, Rachel just texted me. She said, hey, I miss you. Can we hang out soon?
What? I mean, wouldn't me and Rachel be cute though? Tall, blonde, short brunette.
Are you hooked up with Rachel?
I mean, we just like made out at a bar the one night.
When was that?
Right after I broke up with Kevin.
Last Gabaween, I got so drunk, I kept asking Colin, can we have a threesome? Can we have a threesome? So me and Rachel literally hooked up while Colin was railing me.
So Alex made out with Rachel, Gabi made out with Rachel, Nikki sure made out with Rachel, everyone has made out with Rachel. Sabine Shazad says, I just don't get the whole relationship with the trio. It's basically cheating on your boyfriend openly, and Nate is nice enough to not say anything. Imagine if Nate came out as bi and started praising his guy friend for no reason, and even goes as far as saying that his friend fulfills his needs that Nikki can't. That's so shitty, laugh out loud. Now, I've stated my opinion on this, you know, to each their own, like, you know, they can do whatever they want. For me, I like to be able to fill, you know, my boyfriend's physical and emotional needs. I don't know, to me, I just need all the attention. Tonka says, I want to be honest. I am not feeling new Nikki. She starts every sentence with, I, me, myself. I know she has been in the shadow for a while, but I think she should take other people's feelings into consideration too. Violet says, I feel like Nikki is speaking for Nate. I'm not sure. Nate looked uncomfortable. I don't know. I totally could be wrong though. And they mention actually when Niki and Gabi reviewed or they were reacting to their Snapchat series, this question was asked to Nate. Take a listen to what he says.
Was I uncomfortable? Honestly, no, I wasn't, because I'm so used to being on sets with Nikki, filming or shooting photos or whatever. I think that's just my face. I think I honestly might just be a little, like, uncomfortable looking.
Can I
sometimes.
answer what I think it is? I think in general, when Nate's in front of the camera, he gets that flushed look.
He gets red.
Love is love, like literally love is love. People would be like, well, what's the point? Why are you doing this to Nate? I got a lot of those comments and I'm like, first of all, it's my life. Second of all, in a healthy relationship, you should be able to be 100% who you are and not have your partner hold you back.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Third of all, this is my story. And I think me and Nate don't hold each other back at all. If I could kiss you, Nate can kiss you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh my God, I'm like George Washington.
Ace of ASMR says, I hope Rachel is cool with all of this because that really just made her seem like an object to Nikki. It always seems like people unintentionally put sexually fluid individuals in this hypersexual bubble. Now, in this episode, I never really talked about it before because I didn't want to talk, you know, negative about the sisters, things like that. But, you know, a lot of people were talking about how when Gabi had that problem with the employee, how the employee was getting her pay late, or it wasn't employee, it was employees. They were not getting their checks on time.
You said to me everyone is 100% getting paid last week.
I'm working on it right now. I'm not sure what else to say.
Then you put everyone on a chain and you say that because I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. So don't tell me you're gonna promise to pay everyone this week.
Now, Carolina says, employees not getting paid when they're supposed to, not a good look. Please appreciate and pay your employees. So it sounds like Gabi, she was working on that, making sure her employees were paid, but it just sounded like she was getting an attitude with it too. So I agree with Carolina on that. Like, totally pay your employees, you know, one, it's the law. It's hard for some people because some people live paycheck to paycheck. During this episode, Colin ends up taking away Gabby's phone because she's supposed to relax, and what she should. No one should feel stressed, you know. She had a miscarriage, she has a lot going on, handling the vlog channel, so it's completely understandable why Colin wanted her to just take a chill pill, you know. Now, at the end of this episode, Niki, Nate, and Rachel, they're all in a room together, and they pretty much just have a conversation about, you know, why they're in an open relationship with each other, you know? It's just an open conversation. Good vibes.
You know, I may have a little girl crush on Rachel, but that doesn't mean I love Nate any less. I love that, like, millennials and Gen Z are realizing, like, we don't have to do what baby boomers did. There's no rules.
To each their own. It's
Everyone has their own rules. Yeah. We're loyal as but I just feel like me and Nate don't have, like, the jealous quality the way that, like, normal couples do. Mm-hmm. I also think that, like, people fulfill needs that sometimes your relationship can't fulfill. Like, I can't meet all of your needs.
The thing is, like me, for example, I have so many different doors with different locks on them, and it is so ridiculous to think that one person holds one perfect key ring that opens every single lock to every single one of my doors. Like, that's stupid. And it doesn't happen.
I feel like you're the closest thing to, like, for me.
Yeah, well, you come close. I feel like
I'm the closest thing to what?
Like unlocking all those doors that Rachel was talking about.
That's really cute. I love you.
That is cute. Well, I feel like that's what I mean. Like, whoever, like, you have somebody that unlocks a lot of them, but they're never going to be perfect. You need the other people in there to unlock the rest of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. He just wishes I unlocked the cleaning box.
Miji says, does anyone think that Rachel is kind of toxic? Ever since I watched the Niki and Gabi reality show where they went on a vacation with their friends, I kind of dislike Rachel. And then this person said, because I don't want to butcher the name, this person said, you can most definitely tell Nate wasn't feeling that crap. I honestly think Niki is wasting his time and she let him know straight up what she wants. I don't know, but it was very uncomfortable to watch. So yeah, it was uncomfortable to watch, but I guess Nate answered that's just how he is on camera, so I'll take his word for it. Now I'm combining episode 4 in this because we're still talking about the throuple. So the episode starts where Niki, she's taking a photo shoot with Rachel and Nate.
Hi, honey. Whoa. My sexy family throuple photo shoot fantasy is going to be coming to life today. My feelings for Rachel are always getting deeper. We're always getting closer and closer. If we get too close, that could complicate things.
Hey, your boyfriend right here. Yeah, hi.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm a girl.
And here's what Andrea Jades said. When Nate said, hey, look, your boyfriend right here, while Niki and Rachel kiss, then Rachel responds with, yeah, but I'm a girl. I don't know. I don't like that. I think even though Niki is okay with it, Rachel still needs to be respectful of their relationship. I just don't like Rachel. She seems toxic. Yeah, I was just like, Rachel sure got some messages after this episode. But, The Extra Life with Ethan says, I hope Niki and Gabi sit down and talk about this series and everything like they did the other show. Which they do. So yay, cool beans. Now towards the end of this episode, Gabi starts to talk to Colin about how, you know, the actress quit or got fired. I don't know, it was mutual.
The issue is resolved, but one of the characters can't get on the same page, so we have to part ways. Bye. Honestly,
you fired her?
I guess it was mutual, but every year, she always was like, the day after filming, can you pay me now? Can you pay me now? Can you pay me now?
You don't need that stress.
And Hey Sass says, also, Gabi being mad at her actress asks for payment. Not everyone swims in cash like Gabi does, and she might need the money. So I know people were upset with that. And then Lucy York says, I feel like Colin and Nate are so uncomfortable because they don't find her attractive, but just doing it to please their girlfriends. You know, I added this in there. I said, should I? Because it sounds mean, but 60 people like this, okay? I'm a small UB out here in these streets and 60 people like this. So I was like, okay, I guess it's a popular opinion. So at the end of this episode, Gabi and Colin start talking about how they hope that their parents don't hear about their extracurricular activities. So now we hit episode 5 and Niki is losing her voice. She's told that she needs to rest her voice for a few days. Now to me, what was interesting about this episode was how when Gabi and Colin, they were sitting in that really cute vintage van and Gabby's just talking about how, you know, Niki's able to advertise her music on the channel, and how Gabi feels like she can't, for some reason, advertise her perfume. By the way, she does, because I saw it.
Like, I totally forgot that whole audience would probably want my fragrance, and the fact that, like,
yeah, I noticed that,
Nikki's never been like, hey, do you want to promote your fragrance on this channel?
You should ask.
Because whenever she releases a song, she's like, hold up, there's a campaign. I have to say this at this timestamp about Bite of Me or Alone in My Car. It is frustrating.
Why is that even a conversation? You know, I've stated it before. I was just like, it's called the Niki and Gabi channel, so I don't understand why they both can't advertise the crap out of everything that they're producing or selling or making. Now, this person says, well, I am not biased, but I don't think it's fair that Niki promotes her music and doesn't even ask Gabi. However, it's Niki and Gabi. In this episode, Niki's also talking to her vocal coach, and, you know, they discuss that she needs to take a few days off, and her vocal coach brings up the conversation how Niki may be able to do more in LA.
So I think where you live is huge. What are your thoughts and ideas about being in LA full time?
I know I'm going to end up out there, I just don't know when to move.
Well, being here will give you that tactile experience of Los Angeles and the music industry, and being able to say yes to more things because you're local.
Maxine says Niki should just move to Los Angeles. I don't know what she's waiting for. Natuna says, I think Niki is just an overthinker. I mean, if she wants to do it, then she should just go for it, as she is a good singer. And she also has a huge fan following. She should take advantage of it. I love her music, but she just holds herself back and makes things more problematic than they actually are. I think there was a lot of analyzing LA, but it's so funny because she's still in Pennsylvania. So, you know, there's that. Nicole says, I feel like now that Niki has matured and has more of a heartfelt goal with her music, then moving to LA will be good opportunity for her. Now we get into episode 6, where Gabi and Colin are quarantining, and then it's also Alex's birthday, and a lot of people didn't like the fact that Niki was talking about herself again and her music career, and how she felt really overwhelmed while celebrating Alex's birthday. Then there was a conversation with Gabi and Colin, and how Gabi's really reflecting on the fight that she had with Niki.
I keep thinking about the fight that I had with Niki last week. I never reflect on anything because I'm always like in fast forward. I'm always working at a fast pace. And being in quarantine, like, really forced me to sit with my thoughts. Say, like, I do want to get signed to a label. Say I want to move to LA. I don't want to leave you with a child to venge and figure out what the hell to do. I've been, like, spooked. And I'm like, is Niki right?
Yeah,
she's acting like it'll ruin everything.
Well, it'll be different.
Makes it sound like if I settle, my career's over. And that scares the crap out of me.
You're ready for a kid. I feel like I'm ready for a kid whenever it happens. Niki isn't thinking about that right now. She's like, work.
I just wish she didn't have to put me down. Like, she literally has me second guessing everything. I feel like she thinks because my ambitions and goals of, like, being a mom and a wife, and she doesn't have those dreams, I feel like she thinks that makes me take work less seriously. And that's what bothers me, because I take work hella seriously. I never relax, and my stress levels, I think that's why all of this keeps happening to me.
Band Trash says Niki thinks that Gabi having kids will destroy her career, which isn't true at all. For example, Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian have kids, and they are both successful businesswomen. Okay, that's not really... Okay, Band Trash, really? Are you really using billionaires as an example? So towards the end of the episode, Niki has a conversation with Nate, and, you know, she's upset because she's like, wait, Nate, are you taking back your word? I thought you said you were going to move to LA with me.
So Nate recently agreed with me to go to LA to chase my music career if it came down to it, which gives me such peace of mind. I think down the road, I'm gonna have to probably be in LA.
Yeah, well then we can have that conversation.
Really?
Yeah. Or keep self-funding yourself. I feel like if I was going to LA, I'd be settling.
And here you're not.
Yes.
Oh, you're going back on everything you said. I am, like, just completely thrown for a curveball. This is totally not what he said about going to LA with me. You can't go back on your word like that.
Andrea Jades says, I know Niki wants to go out and do her own thing, but it's not fair to Nate when he wants to settle down, get married, and start a family. She's just dragging him along with her. She's making decisions selfishly and not thinking about the entire relationship. At the same time, if Nate really knows what he wants to do, then he should do it. Same goes for Niki. They just really need to talk about what they want to do and make a decision from there. Because from watching this, they are most definitely not on the same page. And Dani, like other people, were like, he's not going back on his word. All he said last time was, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And she started crying like, whoa, he'll come to LA with me. He never said he would. It's obvious he doesn't want to. So I know a lot of people were saying, Nate never said he was going to go to LA with you, Nikki. But you know, it's like so hard to care about that because we all know, once again, I know I'm sounding repetitive, but they're buying a home in Pennsylvania. You know, Nikki has mentioned it in her vlogs, and so that's really good. I think they're probably just gonna have a place in both cities. I mean, whether they're going to rent an apartment in LA, who knows? But I just feel like if they have the finances to do that, then why not? Now we hit episode 7, where Gabi starts talking to Colin about marriage and how subscribers or people are always asking her, when are you gonna get married?
But obviously things have changed. I don't even want that anymore.
I know.
When I get married one day, I want to be on a beach with no shoes and just with you.
I know.
I feel like I've totally changed. I'm so glad we've decided to wait.
Yeah, but you want to know why you've changed? Is because people ruin it for you.
That's true. We probably aren't even engaged yet because people have ruined it for us. Like, we see that comment every day. Why aren't they getting married? I feel like you and I both, like, hate the topic.
Barbara says, Gabi don't want a princess wedding? What about all the vlogs she made about wanting a fancy wedding? I don't know. I call BS with this with Gabi. I think she wants a fancy wedding. Like, the stuff that she uploaded on her fancy vlogs, it's all like wedding planning, or, well, she just bought a new home, so now it's home stuff, but still, like, I still think she's gonna have a huge thing. There was also a scene in this episode where, because Colin has Tourette's, and Gabi's like, you know, I noticed you've been taking a little bit, is everything okay? And Colin was nervous just about the whole pressure of proposing and all that jazz. That's what it seemed like to me. Then Gabi starts to mention a conversation she had with Alex, her older sister, saying that, you know, Alex says that you're never going to propose. And I remember making a comment that I felt like Gabi was using reverse psychology, but another commenter wrote this. I don't know about you, but I tell my partner everything, and sometimes if something bothers me, I take time to cool down, but if it's still bothering me, I tell my partner if someone said something in the end. I always do. It would hurt for my sister to say that. It's not only the marriage stuff, just the fact that she doesn't approve of my partner would be sad. I truly think that Alex should apologize for the way she said it. She should have kept it to herself, or just say, I feel like Colin won't propose anytime soon. Now I'm kind of scamming because the comment's kind of long, but maybe it could be reverse psychology like Gabi said this, but at the same time, I don't think she intentionally wanted to pressure Colin, and that's why she kept Alex's snarky comment to herself. I don't know. I kind of still, like, I respect your opinion. I just was like, you have to keep in mind, cameras are rolling. It's not like they're really having a conversation with just the two of them. They know this is going to be on Snapchat. There's people actually filming them. So you kind of have to already have in your mind of what is okay to say to the public. Ooh, my phone just dropped. What is okay to say to the public and what's not. So I truly do believe that was just reverse psychology. So I feel like we're gonna have to agree to disagree with that one. Now this is the crazy part of the episode where Nate thought it was a really great idea to do a house tour. It just seems like at that time Nikki was so not about looking for a home. Take a listen.
The only thing with me is that I don't want to set my feet even more in the ground here, because I don't want to end up resenting Pennsylvania for taking me away from my LA dream. I already feel like I've been here way longer than any other YouTuber has ever been in their hometown.
You're doing well, though. You have to give yourself credit.
I'm doing well, but I'm not just trying to do well. I'm trying to change career paths. But I'm here, I think, because I don't want to lose this. I love you so much. When we go to bed together and when we wake up, it's so right. This industry is so fast moving, and even though I'm talented and I'm good at what I do, because I'm not there physically in LA, I have a disadvantage.
You're making an excuse for yourself before you even try.
Trust me, because if I could have the best of both worlds like Hannah Montana, I would.
Ariana says this. Sorry, this is a lot, but I got a few things to say. Niki is still a child. She is still stuck on 18 and not ready to adult. I love them, I really do, but Niki has been complaining about her wanting to do music for about 3.5 years now, and she is still in the same place. Nate really wants to be an adult and start planning for their future. She needs to stop making excuses for herself and grow up. Gabi is 26, following her own dreams with producing, her music career, perfume, the joint channel, and her personal life with Colin. Nate really needs to make a decision, especially Niki giving him that ultimatum at the end. You gotta grow with me or you don't. Nate, boo, you gotta go. And then Direction Mixer Style says, I agree, no one is asking if Nate is happy. I have trouble speaking up for what I want so I can relate to him. Another great video. Thanks. Sayantani? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm thinking that Niki is holding on to the relationship just for the sake of being loved by a partner. If her singing career is her first priority, then Nate is second. She should really think about it. Also, Nate should communicate his priorities straight to Niki. Like, does he want his career first or the relationship?
I really, really want it to work, but it can't just be about me.
I'm just like scared that like your perfect person isn't me sometimes. But I want to be.
I don't want his life to change for the worse because of me. That's not love.
You gotta grow with me or don't.
Yeah, this episode was really sad. Niki ends up crying. Now we hit the next episode where they drive to celebrate Alex's birthday in this really nice cabin. And there's drama. The huge argument happens towards the end of the episode, but what led up to the argument was this. Take a listen.
I'm telling you as a sister, Niki, like, if you're gonna
city?
end up home like 7 months out of the year.
No, that's up. Like, that, don't put that on me. No, but like, I'm ready to prove people wrong. Like, I'm ready to grow up.
Wrong and grow up.
Why can't I just speak for myself? I'm listening to my gut. I know I need to be in LA. Sometimes your heart says something. You just gotta listen to it.
Every time you go to LA or something, isn't your Niki and Gabi videos, your views go down?
My end goal isn't to just like chase views. I'm over that shit.
Well, it would be a waste at this point to let that channel just die.
But sometimes that's life. You live life in different phases. It's time for a new project. Like,
that channel is nowhere close to dying. Realize, like, he'd be without a job, I'd be losing half of my job, just so you could run around doing music videos.
You don't seem to give a shit at all if this comes to an end.
No,
you have your music in LA and you're off into the sunset.
I'm sorry, Niki, but like...
And none of it's even in front of you yet, by the way.
Why are you being so mean?
Nate is just spilling facts.
Why don't you guys just date?
No, I love you. I'm just trying to be honest.
If you want to quit the channel, I will gladly take it over with Nate and Colin, and we'll turn that into me and Colin's family channel.
Nora says, I'm sorry, but Gabi is so mean. I feel with Niki, she should follow her dreams. Hey You says, these girls need counseling, not a Snapchat reality show. So these two comments I put on the screen because they are literally opposites of each other. So you have one that says, Gabi is so manipulative. She's literally rude AF to Niki, and especially on this episode. Then EMB says, everything is about me, 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 me. Niki, just shut up. This show should be called, Should Niki Move to LA? Yet here we are in the future and she's looking for a house in PA. Ah! I understand people's frustration because what we saw, what we watched, it was kind of like, well, shit, like their whole entire life is different now. So I understand the frustration. Janice says, Gabi and Nate were jerks. Laugh out loud. What a toxic circle to surround yourself with. I didn't really look at Gabi and Nate as jerks, but I can see how someone may view that when Gabi was like, you know what? I'll just take over the channel and it could just be a vlog channel. I'll just have Nate film and it could be me and Colin. So I understand where this person's coming from.
Finally, some good ass vibes. Hi, guys. Are you guys drunk?
No. Not yet, no.
What is going on today? Wait, but guys, wait, can you slide over? Like, I'm just like trying to take pictures, like outside. Gabi was like contradicting herself so hard. She was like, you need to be relevant to have a music career. You need Niki and Gabi and the money. And then she's like, oh, I don't need you. I'll just turn the Niki and Gabi channel into a family channel and Nate can be our videographer and I'll take it over with Colin.
Okay, Niki, I heard everything you said downstairs. If you want to do big girl things and be a big girl and go to LA and be a big girl, then stop shit talking about.
You literally said that though.
Yeah, because Nate was saying you wanted to quit the channel. He thought you wanted to. And I said,
that's both of you guys being fearful.
I said
I never said I was gonna quit.
Just the difference here that I'm seeing very clearly is I'm happy and comfortable with where I am in life right now. And
But I am.
No, you're not.
She always tries to tell me I'm not happy with myself. I'm not jealous of anyone. I'm not internally
She's not
battling
saying, Nikki,
myself.
she's not saying that. I wasn't saying you're jealous of me. You always think I'm saying that. No, I don't. I think you think I'm petty. I think you think my life is shit. I think you think shitty about me. I don't think you're jealous of me, okay? Can I make that clear? I think you look down at my style, my life, how I live in Pennsylvania, but I'm not upset about that. So what I'm saying is, the difference between you and I, something about you is obviously not as content as I am right now, so we're clashing. If you realize the common median is that no matter what we do, we want to stay on YouTube, why would we throw away a channel of 1 million subscribers we worked hard on? That really look forward to those videos once a week.
I feel like everyone's planning my life for me, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We've had this career at a young age, even mom and dad, like everybody's like, you should do this and like do this. And it's like, it's like all of a sudden we found this golden egg and now everybody wants us to keep this golden egg. And God forbid I have any interest in anything outside of that golden egg.
But if you wanted to quit it, that's the only reason I said, oh, I'll take over it, because I don't want that whole empire we built to go to waste.
I want that forever, but I just don't.
It's okay. You don't have to want that. Do you want that? There's nothing wrong.
I want that
stop.
too.
No, you don't. Nikki, stop. There's nothing wrong with wanting that.
Grow up right now.
It's okay.
I don't want to grow up. I don't want.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So this same episode right here goes into episode 9 because they're still at this cabin.
I just want to know that no matter where life leads me, Nate and Gabi support me and they ain't leaving my life.
Of course you have our support. Like, I wish I was as passionate about singing as you are, because the passion that you have for like singing and writing and like being an artist, I feel like you 100% will go places. Like, I'm jealous that you have that drive because I'm that content with my life. I don't have that drive.
Anna says, this episode was a little sad. You can tell Nikki is struggling with her decision. She knows what she wants, but she's afraid of losing people she loves to pursue her dreams. I'm glad Gabi was able to give her some reassurance, but Nikki needs to be able to do this on her own if it's going to work. Also, I know this is going to sound a little mean, but I think when Nikki said she wants her and Nate to be on the same page, she means she wants Nate to want what she wants. She wants him to be on her page. But if it's going to work, she needs to understand that it's not just about her. He gets to decide also, and she needs to be able to meet in the middle and not see it as an attack. Nicely said. Yeah. And what I really loved about this episode was Nate speaks up for once. Yay! We're like, yes, we hear Nate's voice.
I'm a little frustrated. I understand you're like speaking out of love and emotion out there, like when we were outside with Colin and Gabi.
You have your music in LA and you're off into the sunset. And none of it's even in front of you yet, by the way.
You want me to just baby you and tell you everything you want to hear, or be honest with you?
The thing is it will come down to it. It will.
Regardless, though.
If I need to be in LA, I want my person.
If you really don't want to buy a house here, I'll probably just end up buying my own house.
I never said I didn't want to buy a house here. I just need to have the commitment from you that you told me a few weeks ago.
I'm getting a house in LA instead of here. I know right now this is where I want to be.
I don't want to let you go. Like, I don't. That's probably the easy route. Like, I want to have it all. Like, I want to have you in this career, and I want you in the audience when I'm doing shit.
To get on a plane after 6 hours, like, I just like that.
But if you miss me, you're gonna want to get on a 6-hour flight.
Yeah. Well, maybe I have to experience that to really know, you know?
And Dia says, I'm so happy that Nate is sticking up for himself as well and actually voicing his opinions rather than bottling them up all the time. And Nikki should just go to LA to see if that's what she actually wants. Nicely said. Yeah, this was crazy. I mean, we hit and then like towards the end of this episode, towards the end of this episode, Alex and Rachel have fun running in the woods. They all get together and manifest where they want to be a year from now. I mean, it's all good vibes. They do talk about that. Nikki does learn about Rachel hooking up with Gabi. Overall, this episode was really nice because I had originally thought that this was the last episode, but no. The last episode, which was extremely short, guys, You know, Nate is driving Nikki to the airport, and we learned that Colin and Gabi are engaged, which we already knew. But, you know, they told us their story, how he proposed to her on Thanksgiving. Take a listen.
And I go into the bedroom and he's laying down and he asked me to cuddle him and how he keeps telling me how thankful he is for me. I thought he was just trying to get lucky, and then I look over at him and his eyes are watering and he's smiling and he has happy tears in his eyes, and he asked me to be his wife and I said yes.
Yeah, I didn't film it or anything.
I live so much of my life on camera. I wanted this to be private, personal, and something that I can look back on in my memory. I wanted this to be ours.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm so happy.
I think that's so cute. And then we hit to Niki and Nate.
You gonna listen?
Yes. You need to go write the best song in the world.
Like, I wish I could just want the simplest things out of life, but I'm a very complex bitch.
I want to be a musician. The time is now. I'm not going to be younger. I'm not going to be as relevant.
Maybe you go out there for a couple months and just figure out, hey, is this really what I want?
Then what the happens to us?
I started the channel by going for my dreams. I met Nate through going for my dreams. He was my videographer.
And then this person wrote, go write the best song. Adorable. It's what Nate told Nikki. I think it's so cute. You know, Nikki ended up flying to LA, but she's back in PA. And Gabi and Colin are still getting married. So yeah, oh my goodness, I want another season. Definitely go harass Snapchat on their YouTube channel because they have one. And yes, do not forget to comment. And I'm randomly going to be scrolling July 1st. And I'm going to choose the 10 winners. It's $10. Get yourself some Dunkin'. Yeah. I'm a twin, so I feel like I could be Niki and Gabi. There are days where I'm like, there are days where I'm a pink, and there are days where I'm a blue. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye!